Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Please rise for the playing of the national anthem. Gentlemen, we would ask that you please remove your caps. Please be seated. It is now my distinct honor to invite our superintendent, Dr. George Heitch, to the microphone for his remarks.
Members of the Board of Education, Principal Green, Central Office administrators, faculty, parents, grandparents, family members, friends, and of course, members of the North Farmington High School graduating class of 2018, good afternoon. As Superintendent of Schools, it's my pleasure to officially welcome you to the 2018 graduation of North Farmington High School. I'm very pleased to join you today to celebrate this important milestone and to spend a few minutes reflecting with you about the significance of high school graduation and the opportunities for success beyond high school. To our graduates, your high school graduation is a significant accomplishment and we're all very proud of you. But these commencement exercises represent more than a completion of your formal public schooling. They also represent for you the beginning of the next stage in your life as an adult. I'm sure there were times when you thought this day would never arrive, but more likely, it now seems like it went by very fast. So I have to start by reflecting on what and who has contributed to getting you here today. And certainly it wouldn't be possible if it wasn't for the contributions of some very important people. The Farmington Public School District is an important component in your success and is represented here today by the Board of Education, faculty, and staff. It's my pleasure to introduce the members of the Board of Education who are with us today. These outstanding citizens are committed to providing our students with an excellent education from preschool through high school. Please join me in welcoming and hold your applause until after I call the names. And board members, we'd like you to stand. David Turner, President. Terry Weems, Vice President. Mark Proslowski, Secretary. James Stark, Treasurer. Jessica Cummings, Trustee. Terry Johnson, Trustee. And Angie Smith, Trustee. Please join me in a round of applause. In addition to the Board of Education, the faculty and staff of Farmington Public Schools have contributed to your success. Since coming to North Farmington High School, you've been served by an outstanding group of teachers, counselors, and support staff. Many of them are here today to pay tribute to you. I ask that they stand and be recognized. Next, our North Farmington High School administration has also made significant contributions to your success by ensuring that you have outstanding teachers, many opportunities to be involved and supported in your school in a deep and rich curriculum. So it's my pleasure to introduce your administration, and I ask that they stand again as I call their names. Please hold your applause. Mr. Joseph Smith, Principal, Assistant Principals Tanya Corbett and Timothy Carruthers, and your 2018 Senior Class Advisor, Wendy Marshak. Also joining us on stage are members of the Central Office Administration who provide significant support to the overall operations of the school district so that every student can achieve success. And now it's your turn. Last and certainly not least, your parents and family have played a vitally important role in your success and are deservedly proud of your accomplishments. Thank you to all of you for sharing your children who are now the amazing young adults with us today. Would the parents whose last child is graduating from Farmington Public Schools please stand so we can thank you for all of your support. Graduates, today concludes the high school chapter in the story of your life. But when you come up on the stage to accept your diploma and leave the stage as a high school graduate, we know that your story is not over. You now have the opportunity to begin a new chapter in life. In some ways, it will look the same, but it will also look different in ways that we cannot now anticipate. I'm confident, however, that you're well prepared to write the next chapters of a story that we can all be proud of. You have been well served by your families, your school, and your community. You will do great things, and we wish you the best. Congratulations and best wishes to the North Farmington High School class of 2018. And now, it is my pleasure to introduce Gabriella Scambati, Senior Class President. Is Gabriella going to stay on stage after she's done? She's actually...
On behalf of the class of 2018, I'd like to thank the Board of Education, Superintendent Dr. Heitch, our Principal Mr. Green, Teacher of the Year Mr. Bowsey, and all of the North Farmington family. I would also like to thank this year's distinguished alumni, Mr. Jason Zeldes, for coming to help send us off. All the guidance over the past 4 years has allowed our graduating class to grow as individuals ready to make the world ours. The world is filled with new adventures. Graduation is the fulfillment of your very first adventure, adolescence. We all leave here today, diploma in hand, ready to take on new, harder expeditions of life. We all use this new start to journey on to explore new areas of the wonderful world we inhabit. If it be in college, jobs, or times abroad, we all leave our childhood selves behind to find ourselves in the world. I look at all these young, partially exhausted faces, knowing we are the change the world needs to see. We will reclaim it and improve it. Our new adventures will spread our love, knowledge, insight, and compassion learned here at North. I believe in influencing the individuals around us in order to enhance the world. I asked you at Walkout to impact one person, to spark a trend of change. We all should strive to use this chain of kindness throughout our lives. The world is interconnected by the people who populate it. So by influencing a single person, we enact a sequence of kindness. Look around you. We united under these oddly chosen colors to create a loving school environment. We embrace the brown and gold because we know it shows we care. Our compassion has made our graduating class a close family who look beyond the surface. If we can impact a school, imagine how you personally can influence an individual. It's difficult to believe we can impact people, but the simplicity of it is you have to open up and be vulnerable. You have to do something out of your comfort zone to help others. The natural instinct to help people is a common factor in everyday life. Our lives are meant not to be lived focusing on just oneself, but to also focus on others. We all have awkward interactions with strangers, whether it be in the hallway, when you're in a rush, fall down the stairs, and some random kid yells above, "Are you okay?" And you respond with, "Just peachy," and walk away in shame. Yes, you totally embarrassed yourself, but at least he cared to ask. The kindness received in goofy moments like this allow ourselves to reflect on our own actions. In that moment, we can acknowledge the compassion we carry is natural. It needs to be shared to everybody. Vulnerability comes with being resilient. The ability to bounce back from hardships and obstacles builds character. Our graduating class is certainly filled with resilience. Our graduating class is Over the years, we've had schedule changes, building renovations, and an everlasting flow of standardized tests. In 5th grade, we faced our very first obstacle: no class field trip and a new building. We adjusted. Middle school, the awkward phase of adolescence, filled with weird haircuts and independence. We were given a new system for schedules and testing. We pushed forward. We entered North ready for a new start, but our schedules were changed and our school was going to be under construction. We accepted it. Our class complained, yet we kept a positive outlook. Now, as we look back, we can take pride in the improvements and look forward to visiting in the future. We were resilient. I was once told, to be a hero, you don't have to save everybody. You just have to impact one person. Be their hero. The small interactions we have with friends, classmates, coworkers, acquaintances, or even strangers can affect lives. I wanted to show how random acts of kindness influence a person's life, so I asked several students to share their stories with me. A friend of mine told me she was having a rough day filled with stress when a random student simply complimented her hair. This small gesture brought a smile to her face. One student told me of a story how he had several books in his hand and was brutally overwhelmed by AP classes, as most of us were. A fellow classmate bumped him with the door. Instead of leaving, she helped pick up the books and walked him to class. Another spoke of a rainy day when she dropped her phone outside. She came back up to school to look for it, and a person had picked it up and waited after school to see if someone would claim it. And best of all, a fellow classmate told me he was simply complimented by a more popular girl in the hallway. It was subtle, yet he'd always considered himself unnoticeable by others. By her complimenting him, he felt significant. Countless stories filled with lost purple pencil cases, cold snowy days, and pay-it-forward coffee drinkers collectively create a charitable world. It's simple acts we do that improve lives. We often don't think about creating change. It's just natural. We can travel to different countries, speak different languages, but the universal idea of kindness remains constant. We all live in an era filled with pain and suffering. We choose to read about countless tragedies across the globe and just feel pity. We witness hardship in our schools, cities, and communities. We can change that. We are told we are the generation of change, but change can mean so many things. I believe our change is the decision to speak openly, create safe spaces for underprivileged, and to simply choose love over hate. I've witnessed these qualities countless times within our class. The innocent love felt at North's walls creates a warm environment. We disagree, but students can express themselves in art, words, emotions, without having to feel repressed. Our school's walls are filled with encouraging art forms. I'll never forget when I walked into the bathroom one day, overwhelmed by senior year. I walked up to a mirror to see a small highlighted pink sticky note. It had 4 words written on it: work hard, be kind. I took it off the wall and put it in my pocket to help me get through the day. I don't know who put it up or why. It was just a simple reminder that showed people cared. It's cheesy, but when I'm angry with myself or others, I think of those 4 words. To me, they mean you can work towards a goal without having to be malicious towards others. You can impact others in a kind, caring way. I am grateful to have been your class president for the last 2 years and to be the person who sends you off into the world. Although my time as president has certainly been filled with frustrations, it's this moment that makes it all worthwhile. I stand in front of a group of young adults, each with a proud smile on their faces. You did it. Be proud you overcame Zegady's impossible chemistry test or Russ' never-ending impromptus. I am proud of you, the school is proud of you, and your families are proud of you. Always remember it's a great day to be a Raider, and because once a Raider, always a Raider. Congratulations, NFHS Class of 2018. Remember, be kind, work hard. I'd like to introduce our four-year class treasurer, Easton Cummins, to the stage as he announces our senior gift.
Thank you, Gabby. Here at North Farmington, the pride we have for our school is what sets us apart from the rest, and for our senior gift, we wanted something that captures this fact. It is tradition for the students to paint the rock out front of the school for special occasions that are occurring in the world or just right here at North. To expand on this wonderful theme, the class of 2018 has decided to donate a rock with the engraving "Go Raiders" on it to be placed near the sports facility so that every team can have the chance to show their love for their team and the school. Thank you so much to the teachers and staff of this school, and congratulations to the class of 2018.
Thank you, Gabby and Easton. Good afternoon, Superintendent Heitch, members of the Board of Education, honored guests, staff, alumni, friends, family, and members of the class of 2018. Welcome to North Farmington High School's commencement ceremony. Raiders of the class of 2018, today you enter USA Hockey Arena as students of North Farmington High School for the last time. This is a liminal moment in your lives, a space between being a high school student and being recognized as the young adults you are going out into the world on your own. This ceremony is the bridge upon which you will cross and emerge into the world officially recognized as the vibrant, beautiful, independent, powerful young adults you are. I've spent much time reflecting on your class this year. I thought about all of the change you've been through in your time in Farmington Public Schools, as Gabby related in her speech, how you're different because of it, and about what you've learned in your time with us. We started the year learning that you could handle international fame as the coolest senior class in the world with the coolest IDs ever, as BuzzFeed, local news, major news outlets in the US, Canada, England, and France all lauded your creativity, daring, and wit. It's a strange, proud moment when a principal has to translate a French news article to students so they can hear how cool they are. As I spoke with you this year, it is clear in your experiences in FPS, you've learned one of the fundamental pieces of wisdom in life. No force is constant in life except change. And change does not care if you're ready for it. It does not care what your plans are. It just churns along. Beyond your young years, you've already learned that you must roll with change or it will roll over you. And in rolling with it, you've found that with effort, you can ride its roiling surf to the destination that you want. This ceaseless series of change has taught you resilience and grit. It's given you steel. Having been measured and tested too many times to count has taught you a growth mindset and perseverance. Though I wish it were different, your class has experienced loss and the pain and sorrow that accompanies it. Yet through this, you've learned you cannot take each other or our time together for granted, that each of us is unique and irreplaceable. And it has taught you compassion and empathy, both for yourselves and others. You've learned that there's hope even when all seems lost, and that you can give that gift of hope to each other. You've learned the habit of being selfless and looking out for others. You've learned how precious, as Gabby related a few times over, how precious a simple act of kindness can be, how it can lift people up when they're lowest. I'm a little bit sheepish to share this next part, but I can attest to this personally. And I only share this anecdote because it illustrates your class perfectly. I've been pretty private with students about the passing of my mother just before winter break this year. This was one of the toughest things I have ever experienced, and your class helped me more than you will ever know. 3 of your classmates somehow found out about my mother's passing, and each came to see me during 6th hour on the Friday before winter break, when vacation should have been the only thing on their mind. And instead, they wanted to check in on their principal, give me a hug, share their heartfelt condolences, and ask if there was anything they could do to be of support. That is the compassion of your class. That is who you are. And I will forever personally be indebted to all of you for the kindness and joy your class gave me in one of the toughest years of my life personally. And as this year has unfolded, you've seen and responded to the challenges the world has presented you with. The challenge of providing better supports for mental health, making schools safer, bringing divided communities together in compromise, and ensuring that all people are seen, valued, heard, and know they are loved. You're learning the daunting lesson that often you must be the change you want to see in the world, as Mahatma Gandhi so aptly said. In light of this idea, Raiders of the class of 2018, I would ask you to pause and reflect upon that first piece of wisdom I mentioned you learned, that the only constant force in life is change. So I pose to you this question: what if you literally became the change you wanted to see in the world? What if you collectively became that inexorable force of change? What if you became that roiling of surf, of unceasing waves that carried people towards the shores of a better, brighter, more humane future, toward the angels of our better natures, toward the ideal version our nation could become? You have the wisdom to guide people around the shoals, reefs, and rocks of life's challenges and fears. You have the compassion to truly understand them, unite them, and help them find compromise and better outcomes together on this journey. Some might think your class motto of "the world is ours" is just a flourish of adolescent hubris and arrogance, but they couldn't be more wrong. When we opened the year at the Rock together, I told you about 5 grades of traveler in life, the highest of which absorbed and carried within themselves all they experienced, were truly changed as a result, and then feel the need to manifest that change in themselves out into the world through action. With all that you've been through, with all that you've learned, you truly are that highest grade of traveler, ready to go out into the world, potent and powerful. The world truly is yours, as is its future. It is yours to write, yours to craft, yours to make into reality. It will take all you've learned, along with imagination, courage, faith, hard work, passion, and vibrant optimism, to envision and make manifest that different, brighter future. When we achieve the ideality of our nation and the human condition in the world, where there's more opportunity because we cease to see challenges as points of conflict between us, and we begin to see them as chances to collaborate. When we realize that every woman and man from all walks of life has human value, and through making the most of each of our gifts, as you have, we can create more ideas, more means, and a better world. And this all brought me back to thinking of you, class of 2018, as you go into the world with ample lessons learned to keep building your best self, guided by your compass of true north. So please, be brave, dream big, take risks, be bold, better yourselves and the world around you. Bring people together rather than apart. Be happy along the way, be intrepid, be joyful and daring. Create and spread a better way to be in the world. Be embodiments of true north. This truly is your time. The world is yours. Be your best selves and become that inexorable wave of collaboration and change. In short, be Raiders. We wish you the best on this journey and know that great things lie ahead for you. And so, President Turner, it is my distinct honor and privilege to certify that the North Farmington High School graduates of the class of 2018 have completed all the requirements of Farmington Public Schools, and therefore, members of the Board of Education, they should be allowed to graduate today on this greatest of days to be a Raider.
Greetings to the Honorable Board of Education, to the faculty, staff, and administration, to the families and friends and the loved ones, and to our soon-to-be graduated class of 2018. Are you ready? Are you ready? You look ready, and that's what's up. Can you believe that after 13 years, this long journey is almost over? All of the early mornings, the late nights, the friends, the enemies, the drama, the homework up to your eyebrows, the homework up to your eyebrows. Congratulations, Mom and Dad. Oh, I see. You graduates thought I was talking about you, right? No, I was talking about you. Do not get this confused. It is highly unlikely that any of you would be sitting here right now, ready to walk across this stage, if it were not for your parents, for your loved ones, these teachers and administrators. Their sacrifice guaranteed your success. Now, give them a round of applause for that. You can do better than that. I recognize that I am standing in front of, great fun, maybe lunch, dinner, and a lot of family fun. So, as President Franklin D. Roosevelt said, be sincere, be brief, and then be seated. And that's exactly what I intend to do today. But I do want to offer you a brief story about choice, character, honesty, and integrity. A successful businesswoman was growing old and knew it was time for her to choose a successor. Instead of doing it the traditional way of an interview and application, she decided to pull all of her young, aspiring executives together. And she said, it's time for me to step down as CEO. And I've decided to choose one of you. Could be one of you. But I'm going to give you all something a little different today. I'm going to give you a seed. And I want you to plant this seed. I want you to water this seed. I want you to nurture this seed. And I want you to bring it back in 1 year. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to judge the plants, the flowers, and the displays that come back in a year. And I'm going to pick my CEO that way. Now, that's very unconventional. But there was a young lady named Rose, and like her namesake, she could pretty much grow anything, that was excited about this opportunity. She, like the others, received her seed. She went home, told her husband the story. He helped her get the pot, the soil, the compost. They planted that seed. Every day, she watered it to see what would grow, what would bud. After about 3 weeks, some of her younger executives with her, standing around the water coolers, were talking about what had began to bud for them, what had began to grow. Rose kept checking her seed. Nothing grew. 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 5 weeks. Nothing grew. But by now, others were talking about their plants. Someone had a 6-foot sunflower. Things were growing. Rose didn't have anything. She felt like a failure. 6 months went by, still nothing. She knew she must have killed the seed, too much watering, maybe too much sun. But she didn't say anything to her colleagues. She just kept watering, kept fertilizing the soil. That year passed. All the young executives of the company brought their plants to the CEO for inspection. Rose told her husband she wasn't going to take in that empty pot, but he encouraged her to be truthful, be honest. Rose felt sick to her stomach, kind of like most of the people speaking today in front of you felt sick to their stomach. But she brought it in. It was the most embarrassing time in her life, but she knew her husband was right. She took that empty pot into the boardroom, and when she arrived, she was amazed at the variety of plants that had grown. As I said, sunflowers, roses, everything. And she stood there with her empty pot. Her colleagues, they laughed at her. Some of them actually felt sorry for her. When the CEO arrived, she surveyed the room, greeted her young executives. Rose tried to hide at the back of the room like I probably would have, that pot held low. My, what great plants, trees, flowers you have grown, said the CEO. Today, one of you will be appointed the next CEO. And then she spotted Rose in the back. Pot held low. She told her financial, her CFO, go back there and get that young lady and bring her to the front. Rose thought, oh my God, I'm about to be fired. Not only did I grow a plant, I have a pot of dirt. The CEO asked her, what happened to your seed? Rose was honest. She told her story. I planted, I watered, I fertilized, I gave it sun. Nothing grew. The CEO said, everyone take a seat, except for Rose. Rose was like, okay, I can get my resume together, get it out on Indeed. I can get me a job tomorrow. And she said, you know what? 1 year ago, I gave you all a seed. And I told you I was going to judge what grew, and that's how I was going to pick my next CEO. I'm here to tell you today I have that CEO. Her name is Rose. The young executives, competitive as I am, said, wait, I got this 6-foot sunflower. I've grown things. She has nothing, a barren pot. The CEO continued. When I gave you that seed, I told you to plant it, water it, and see what grows. But all of the seeds that I gave you were boiled. They were dead seeds. They would not grow. So, what you all did is replace the seed I gave you with the seed of your choice. You watered and fertilized and brought me what you grew. Not one of you had the audacity and the strength to do what Rose did, and therefore, she's your new CEO. Now, that story is about choice and character and integrity. It's not about the technical skills and the aptitude that you have picked up as great Farmington students. It's about those competencies. And I guarantee you a time in life will come like Rose, very similar. You'll have to make a choice. You have to decide, are you going to go left or are you going to go right? What will you do when you face that fork in the road? You certainly decide your choices, but you do not decide your consequences. If you plant honesty, you'll reap trust. If you plant humility, you will reap greatness. If you plant perseverance, you will reap accomplishment. If you plant hard work, you will reap success. If you plant curiosity, you reap knowledge. If you plant love, you will never reap hate. If you plant compassion, you will make a difference. And we desperately need you all to be the difference that we have in the world. Thank you.
Thank you, President Turner. So each year, as we consider candidates for our Distinguished Alumni Award, our senior class strives to find an individual who will resonate with their class, whose choices, accomplishments, and life would serve as an exemplar for our students as they begin to shape their future dreams into realities, endeavoring to find someone who provides a true example of what Raiders can accomplish. North Farmington High School is proud this year to honor as our 2018 Distinguished Alumnus, Academy Award-winning editor, director, TV 10 alumnus, and Raider Jason Zeldis of the class of 2005. Jason left North Farmington to go to the University of Southern California School of Cinematic Arts, where he earned a bachelor's degree in cinema television production with an emphasis in documentary filmmaking, picture editing, and sound design. Like many of you, Jason's pursuit of his passion of making and telling stories through images and his desire to tell the story of others began during his time at North. As a member of TV 10 under the Cobbs, Jason discovered, explored, and fell in love with this new passion, and rumor has it, he still has a TV 10 t-shirt that he breaks out for special occasions, so I've heard. So over the course of his career, he's accomplished a great deal. He's a documentary director and editor best known for editing the 2013 Academy Award-winning film 20 Feet from Stardom. The film also earned Zeldis an Ace Eddie Award for Best Edited Documentary Feature. He has numerous additional editing credits, including Racing Extinction, The Music of Strangers, Out of State, the Netflix series Chelsea Does. Jason also edited and recently released the Netflix series Abstract, The Art of Design. Romeo is Bleeding is Jason's directorial debut and has garnered numerous awards for this work, and many of you have seen it in our school. He's also responsible for Ugly Delicious, They'll Love Me When I'm Dead, and he is currently directing and editing an upcoming Netflix documentary series. And perhaps one of the most intriguing things is he was recently chosen by the U.S. State Department to be part of the American Film Showcase 2018 Inspire, Empower, Encourage in Armenia, where he led discussions on the art of filmmaking, sharing with local filmmakers the skills and knowledge he's gained through his career editing films and directing documentaries. So as you can see, in typical Raider fashion, Jason channels his passion to tell the stories of others in a way that strives to make the world better and people's lives better. Everyone I've spoken with about Jason Zeldis relates tales of a generous, genuinely kind, and creative human being who truly cares for others. He helps capture their truths and their voice and draws great satisfaction from telling their stories or helping bring those stories to fruition. Jason Zeldis is a unique and truly accomplished individual, Simply put, he's an exceptional Raider, exemplar, and embodies the spirit of True North. Class of 2018, for these reasons, I think you can see why members of your class thought Jason Zeldis was a perfect complement to what your class stands for and has achieved in its 4 years. And so without further ado, fellow Raiders, Raider families, and guests, I ask that you join me in honoring and welcoming to the microphone the 2018 North Farmington High School Distinguished Alumnus, Mr. Jason Zeldis, to give some words as you forward out into the world. And then that is the one you get to take home and that's your credit. Congratulations.
Hi, everybody. This is very surreal. Dear graduates of the class of 2018, congratulations on your big day. What a great day to be a Raider. Thank you to the teachers, administrators, alumni, but especially the graduates for having me be a part of this day. Really, I'm just a guy in a robe talking to a lot of other people in robes, so I know that you have just as much to teach me as I have to teach you. Let's just get that straight right now. However, I was given the opportunity to speak with you today, and thank you for that amazing introduction. Couldn't have done it better myself, so I'm just going to skip past that part of my speech. So you might be wondering, you know, in the 13 years since I've sat in where you sit now, how did that whole resume happen, right? And I don't really know how it happened. What I can tell you is that I was looking at my moral compass the entire time. And that's actually what I want to talk to you guys about today, about instinctual thinking, which is really just being honest with yourself about who you are and what you want. Because a lot of people are going to have a lot of ideas about what you ought to do with your life. But at the end of the day, you are the ultimate decider on your path. So, as you go through life, stay as calm as you can and listen to your gut. See what your instincts tell you. My instincts told me to be a filmmaker. I don't know why. I didn't know a lot about filmmaking. I think my parents wanted me to be a lawyer. I think this because until my mid-20s, they asked me to go to law school. But I was determined on being a filmmaker. And I think that this started in my North Farmington days at TV10. Shout out to the camera crew. In my day, TV10 was run by the Cobbs, who are back there today. Thank you so much for coming. And I remember a very specific day at TV10 where I sat down in front of an editing system for the first time. It was late afternoon. I started pressing buttons, and all of a sudden I was teleported through 6 hours of time. It just zoomed past. I was in a total trance. And finally I came out of this trance, and I pressed the space bar to see, what I had made in these 6 hours. And I watched back something that was brand new that hadn't existed before. I mean, let's be clear, it was not good, but it existed, and I made it, and that was special to me. And I think I decided in that moment that I was going to pursue filmmaking, no matter what. And so, my point with that story is to trust your gut. And if you trust your gut will lead you towards your superpower, that authentic, distinct voice that is uniquely you. And if you find that voice, and believe me, it's hard to find that voice. I'm still struggling to find that voice. It will lead you towards others like you. It will lead you towards a community. It will lead you towards opportunity. And I think ultimately towards some form of happiness. And I'm also really surprised at how well the outside world responds when you speak from an authentic place like this. For example, I got my first big job entirely by accident. To catch you up, I went to USC after North Farmington, and I studied film, and I worked really hard, and I got myself a job as an assistant editor on a film called 20 Feet from Stardom. And as the assistant editor, it's my job to organize the footage while the big bosses interview real editors to put the movie together. So I'm sitting there, I'm organizing all the footage, and I get through organizing the footage, and my instincts tell me, it's nighttime, why don't I just use this time to put a scene together and see what happens? And I didn't think anyone was going to watch this scene, so I was doing it entirely for myself. But the bosses heard sounds of editing coming through the walls, and they popped in and they said, "Are you editing back here?" And I was terrified. I thought I was getting fired. I had totally overstepped my bounds. But they were like, "All right, well, if you edit it, you should show us." And so I played them the scene. They watched it, and they took it in, and they gave me some notes, and we chatted for a while. And that Friday, I was promoted, and I was hired as an editor on a feature film for the first time. Now, something really funny happened with that film. It got really popular, and as you might have heard, it actually won an Academy Award. And it blew a lot of doors wide open for me. Suddenly, I had a lot of opportunities. And those opportunities actually came along with a lot of failure, because I was brand new at being a film editor, and I had a lot of learning to do. And even after you find your voice and you learn your craft, you must always stay learning. You must always be perfecting your craft. Otherwise, it could slip past you. So keep working on your craft. However, as these doors opened up for me, I had to take a minute to decide how I wanted to use my voice in this world. What kind of stories do I want to tell, given all these new opportunities? And again, this was something that I was totally incapable of figuring out with my head. But my intuition and my instincts, I think, knew the answer. And I can trace it back to a specific moment yet again. It was at my grandma's 80th birthday party. Everyone waved to my grandma back there. Look at that. At my grandma's 80th birthday party, my cousin came running up to me and told me about this incredible story that was unfolding in her hometown of a poet who is using his art to change the culture in his city. And I listened to her tell me the story, and without thinking, I just said out loud, "Well, damn, we should make a movie about that." And it was totally naive, and we just kind of did it, and we charged ahead with a ton of confidence, not knowing how difficult making a movie from scratch would be. But again, when you're creating from that really authentic place, people respond to that confidence, and they help you on your way, and they let you do it. So, as I look at you and I learn more about the class, I know I'm not telling you anything you don't already know. I know that because, by the way, your article about the goofy ID pictures was emailed to me so many times out in Los Angeles with the tagline, "Didn't you go to school here?" So I know that you know that when you express yourselves and you put yourself out to the world, that you'll be embraced for that expression. And I know that you guys participated in a school walkout after Parkland. I think that's another amazing example of discovering your voice and wielding it for good. So I know I'm not telling you anything that you don't already know. What I hope I'm doing for you today is validating your instincts and telling you that what made you successful at North is going to make you successful as you go forward in the real world. You just need to hang on to that motto, the world is ours, because the rules do not change that much when you matriculate into society. Just keep that confidence up and know that when you face challenges. And that leads me to my last bit of advice. I was told this recently, and it really stuck with me, and I think it ties into what we're talking about with instinctual thinking. And that's, if you want to be happy as an adult, you should do the things that made you really happy when you were 12. If you like sports, don't stop playing sports. If you ride bikes, keep riding bikes. If you're a storyteller, figure out a way to tell stories in our society. But also, take a minute to look around at your neighbors, at your classmates. These are the people who made you happy when you were 12, when you were 15, when you were 18. These are the people who really love you for who you are. And you've all taught each other so many lessons throughout these years. So hold on to all the good and all the love that you've given each other as you fine-tune your moral compasses, and consider these, your neighbors and your classmates, your true north. Go forth, everybody, and become someone that we can all be proud of. Thank you for having me as a part of your big day, and go Raiders.
So At this time, I'd like to invite up any seniors joining us in our senior song performance of We're All in This Together from High School Musical.
It's time for celebration, finally figured out. Yeah, yeah. That all our dreams have no limitations. That's what it's all about. Everyone is special in their own way. We make each other strong. We're not the same, we're different in a good way. Together's where we belong.
Gabriella Scumbadi. Keegan Kendrick. Matthew Swarthout. Samantha Cherney. Easton Cummins. Robert Irwin. Ritvik Chowdhury. Derek Abbott. Thomas Abercrombie. Alyssa Abreu. Lydia Ajiri. Aya Akahori. Mohammed Al-Rubai. Mitchell Alekman. Hamza Ali. Jaden Allen. Robert Allen. Zainab Amaz. Margaret Amshay. Max Alt. Zachary Arnold. Lexi Atler. Allison Audette. Corey Avent. Tariq Harris. Alik Bagdasarian. Colin Barrymore. Jacob Barth. Ashley Bartram. Justin Bates. James Bell. Morgan Berg. Gabriella Berizik. Jacqueline Bebier. Yash Bandari. Priyanka Bhupathi. Elizabeth Bills. Brandon Black. Harrison Bloom. Elena Blumberg. Sadim Boji. Talon Bramer. Morgana Brockmiller. Jillian Brown. Marissa Bruni. Jonathan Berger. Imani Burnside. Lauren Bassell. Destiny Butler. Andre Bajetai. Jasmine Carter. Kelsey Center. Haley Checkle. Zachary Childs. Zarvan Chinoy. Reina Chaudhry. Mackenzie Cleaver.
Jordan Cloud. Matthew Cohen. Abigail Coleman. Haley Collin. Christian Conrad. Justin Cooper. Lucas Cruz. Kathleen Kutcher. Lauren Dalton Parker. Anthony Damiani. Kaylee Diacenzo. Nicholas Davis. Rachna Desai. Maxime Diakovalasiou. Delaney Jurek. Nicholas Donnelly. Vince Brian Dormitorio. Ramadan Dreshevic. Sylvester Duhani. Aubrey East. Andreas Eastland Blackman. Kevin Edwards Jr. Abdel Al-Rahman Isa. Jenna Ellenstein. Abigail Elliott. Zara Alanagar. Madison Forster. Olivia Gagnon. Chase Gardner. Garrett Garnhart. Andrew George. Matthew George. Natalie George. Reno George. James Gidley. Rodney Gillard Jr. Marlise Gilliam. Benjamin Gogan. Gabriel Goldberg. Jacob Goldberg. Zachary Goldberg. Adam Gordon. Dylan Gordon. Mara Gordon. Marissa Goodison. Autumn Gresham. Neil Gurani. Courtney Haas. Cooper Hall. Dayla Hall. Dylan Hollick. Ronnie Hampton III. Meanie Han. Hatham Hanawa. Patrick Hanrahan. Nicholas Harb. Sean Hartley. Corey Houff. Kendall Hayes. Noah Hergy. Rebecca Hurdy. Brianna Hicks. Madison Hoke. Ibrahim. Brian Ingram. Daniel Isabella. Rachel Israel. Keith Jackson Jr. Joseph Jamil. Amaya Jeffries. Jasmine Jeffries. Eric Johnson Jr. Lillian Johnson. Malcolm Johnson. Justin Johnson. Alana Jones. Brendan Kaliukaitis. Marianne Cagey. Alexander Kaner. Mia Konu. Adriana Kaskorgas. Ashley Kay. Umber Kazmi. Ramaz Khan. Rawa Koshaba. Jiwan Kim.
Yep, it is. It's actually happening.
Sohee Kim. Khalees King. Nathan Kirby. Gabriel Kirschner. Samantha Kish. Francina Kitchen. Griffin Kraus. You're fine. Alexander Kirketchian. Catherine Lampertius. Eliana Levine. Kayla Lawrence. Albert Leonard. Norbert Leonard. Edie Lerner. Lynn Lerner. Tessa Levin. Keith Lewis Turnbow III. Chelsea Lindsay. Emily Lobsinger. Alexis Lopez. Emily Lum. Sarah Lynch. Evan McDonald. Kamon McNear. Blake Madalena. Mia Mansfield. Rachel Marshowitz. Emily Marogi. Dagan Marshall. Courtney Marshall. Bailey Massalia. Haley Matul. Leah McGowan. Madison McKinney. Joshua McMurray Mayhorn. Noah Meyerson. Rachel Meyerson. Rayanne Madoni. Cameron Miles. Eris Mixon. Tim Moe. Tessa Moran. Dagan Morris. Bianca Muller. Dita Muller. Nicholas Murphy. Carson Morrell. Alora Myers. Sierra Nagy. Jeremy Newson. Shannon Newton. Caitlin Nichols. Viara Nikolova. Rio Nishida. Ari Nitskin. Eric Gabriel Okins. Shri Parikh. Gloria Park. Harini Patel. Jalen Payne. Sarah Peltz. Skylar Phillips. Amir Pilika. Lamar Pope. Brandon Porto. Jaden Prater. Gabriel Carollo. Benjamin Robb. Shira Rebenstock. Jacqueline Renard. Vercel Richardson. Sydney Rivers. Sharon Rowland. Kai Rowland. Miranda Roman. Michaela Rosen. Megan Rosender. Quinton Ross. Alexander Sack. Sonia Sahela. Brett Sauerbray. Brian Scally. David Schmal. Carl Schmidt. Lana Sebesta. Jake Solinsky. Alexander Shaba. John Shaheen. Alina Shamami. Leah Shamoon. Shelby Sheridan. Cameron Simon. Darnell Smart. Nia Smith. Taylor Smith. Lillian Sobel. Solomon Song Jr. Skylar Spanabel. Emily Suchevich. Cole Strum. Anvita Suneja. Jordan Taylor. Patil Chalakian. Vikram Thryrupate. Douglas Thomas Jr. Samuel Thornton. Nicholas Timpa. Marianne Toma. Paul Toth. Adriana Tucker. Nathan Tomanello. Asa Turkmane. Christopher Elmer. Olivia Urdialis. Dia Venturkesh. Jason Wade. Adam Walker. Jason Wong. Christine Ware-Jones. Christine Ware-Jones. Sydney Washington. Garrett Washington II. Morgan Washington. Zachary Watkins. Lauren Watsky. Jedediah Weinstein. Helena Wendt. Jane Wendt. Thomas Williams. Tiara Williams. Sierra Wilness. Mija Woodfolk. Colin Woods. Zachary Worthing. Brandon Wright. Jaslyn Wright. Nora Wygant. Hidu July. Valencia Yaldo. Taylor Yancey. Jesse Yosef Dickow. Lauren Zapinski. Danielle Zelikov. Kayla Zhu.
Well done, Wendy.
Thank you.
Good job.
Should I wait? Congratulations, North Farmington class of 2018. We will now complete one last official act as a class. Please rise. On the count of three, we're going to move your tassels from right to left. 1, 2, 3. Now you are official graduates.
Are you ready? Are you ready? And now for the words that you have been waiting to hear. On behalf of the Board of Education and the entire Farmington School District, by the powers vested in me by the great state of Michigan, I hereby declare the class of 2018 of North Farmington High School to be officially graduated.
The orchestra will now play the recessional.